I am in the final week of part one of the final cut. Now, the reason I'm calling this cut the final cut is because by the time it ends, which will be mid-May, in total, on and off, I will have been dieting for photo shoots for 3 years. And in that time, up to now, I've lost about 30 kilograms, which, to be honest, is quite a long time for that amount of weight. But if I am being completely honest, without this sounding like a fucking sob story, because that is not what I'm about, the amount of shit that has gone on over the last 3 years, it's literally been like every time I've committed to a photo shoot. Like, I'm even starting to call it the curse of the photo shoot. Like, big shit happening in life, like my little fur baby losing his eye, family members getting cancer, people having heart attacks. Like, it has just been so rough. And this time around, this last week, 8 weeks, has been no fucking different. But I'll get onto that in a second. So the idea was that I was going to split this final cut into 2 halves, 2 intense 8-week blocks, and I'd set myself quite an aggressive goal of dropping 10 kilos in total in that amount of time, and then for the photo shoot in May, and then after that spending an extended period of time maintaining and growing some muscle. Because while I have had maintenance phases in between diets before, and like last year I had a bit of time off training because of my surgery and the focus was maintaining, I've always had another cut in the back of my mind. And I think without having that, it'll be nice to just really focus on getting stronger, building a little bit more muscle and eating to fuel my workouts. But for now, I am completely focused on my photo shoot, which is the 14th of May. So what has this cut actually entailed? So for the last 8 weeks, I've been sticking at around 1400 calories, which is on the lower side. However, this will be photo shoot number 4 that I have prepped for. And me and my coach have basically discovered that that's the only thing I respond to is lower calories, and it's just the way it is, and it's shit, but you just have to suck it up and deal with it. So 1400 calories, minimal refeed days. I started the first 6 weeks with 4 weight sessions, so 2 upper and 2 lower, aiming for between 10,000-12,000 steps a day. And I was doing 2 sessions of cardio a week at 400 calories, which takes me about an hour. I prefer to do my cardio on the cross trainer. I don't like doing it on the Stairmaster because I just have a little bit of a niggly back. I had a bit of an issue with it a few years ago, and I just find that certain movements or a lot of pressure on my glutes causes it to get tight and it just flares it up. So it's the cross trainer for me. I'm now in a position where I can lift heavier after my surgery. So I'm doing 3 full body sessions where the lifting is a lot more intense. And that extra day has now been replaced by another cardio session of 400 calories. I'm in for 10 to 12,000 steps a day. I have been opting for the higher side, 12,000. And what I've found works a little bit better for me is on a Sunday, I do my cardio in the morning, but I do really like to have that little bit of a chill and that little bit of a downtime to kind of like round the week off. So I've been front loading my steps in the week. So say Monday through till Wednesday, Thursday, I've been aiming for 14,000 steps, and that just gives me a little bit of a buffer. So on Sunday when I've done my cardio, I don't have as many steps to get. And even though the weight has been stubborn, I am just over 3 kilos down and I feel relatively okay. I don't feel particularly weak in the gym. I Romanian deadlift 100 kilos for 6 reps today, which is a fairly decent weight for me. It's the heaviest I've deadlifted since having my surgery in June. So in terms of that side of things, everything is looking all right. This first half of the cut has not gone to plan. And to be honest, it has been probably the roughest few months I've had in a very, very long time. I've had family members having major operations, my partner's not being well. It has just been a rough time. And even though I have remained consistent with training and nutrition for the most part, it has had a massive effect on my body and my body's response, and the weight just hasn't come off like I expected it to. So as it stands now, I'm a couple of kilos behind where I wanted to be. I go away next week for 1 week because number one, we need a fucking break. And number two, I wanted to demonstrate that you can go on holiday in the middle of a cut and not fuck it all up. So I'm going to be filming a YouTube video for that next week while we're in Cape Verde, hopefully not getting E. coli poisoning. But right now, I am in a place where I feel a little bit disappointed because I'm not going into this holiday where in a position that I hoped. And I kind of feel a little bit of a twat saying, oh, so much has gone on, because so much has really gone on over the last 3 years, and I feel like I've exhausted that excuse a little bit, which is ridiculous, because it's not like you have a certain quota of bullshit and then once you've met it, that's it, you're done, it's plain sailing. But as with a lot of women, I do put a lot of pressure on myself, and having been in fitness, this will be 14 years now, I really understand the importance of walking the walk. And back in 2022, was it 2022? 2023, when I first started dieting for my first photo shoot, I carried a lot of shame about the fact that I had let myself go. I had gained a lot of weight, and there were many factors going into that. I had been in a really abusive relationship, and afterwards I just kind of let loose and would go out more and would eat out more. And then after that, I had to go into chemical menopause for a while. Lots and lots of stuff going on, but it ended up in me being really out of shape and weighing over 90 kilos at 5'3", which was not healthy and not a good fucking look. So it was a big step for me to be like, right, I need to do something about that. And photo shoots have been the best strain of accountability for me. And when I booked that first photo shoot, I always had it in mind that I wanted a boob job at some point, at the end of it, if you like, at the end of it, because I didn't want to pay to change my body if I wasn't happy with what was already there. So that goal was met last summer, which I'm really, really happy with. And now it's just a case of I want to get in the best shape I've been in my adult life, and then I can move on to the next chapter. So while it's not been the greatest of starts, I am really proud that I am still sat here saying that I've not given up. And yeah, it has been shit, but I've still progressed. I might have not progressed at the rate that I hoped I would have, but I have still progressed. And I'm looking forward to filming the next episode in Cape Verde and showing exactly how I'm going to navigate an all-inclusive holiday whilst not fucking absolutely everything up.